one of the partners at IMD Solicitors. I'm a family solicitor dealing with financial matters, and I'm here with Isabella, who joined our firm over 4 years ago and joined our family department.
Yes, I'm Isabella Giannone. I'm part of the family department at IMD Solicitors, and I am an Italian qualified Advvocato. I have now been for 10 years, so I deal with family matters that involve mainly both jurisdictions.
We thought it would be a good idea to discuss differences between the two legal systems. We deal with clients and cases involving assets in various jurisdictions, and in particular with Isabella, we deal with cases that concern Italy and the UK legal system. And with the divorce process, we would want to make sure that our clients understand the main differences and they are best advised and equipped to make decisions as to where to start the proceedings. And when it comes to the UK, the divorce, children matters and finances are three separate matters. And that is one of the main differences, I believe, because it doesn't look like that in Italy.
No, in Italy, when you file for a divorce, whether it's a joint application or whether it's contentious, you will only have one set of proceedings. The court will be required to make a decision on all aspects, therefore the divorce, children and financial matters. The other main difference, of course, between Italian and English jurisdiction is the way the court would look at the financial matters, so the way any assets would be divided. So it is very important for clients to be fully aware of the differences between the jurisdictions in order to make the appropriate decision.
I think courts in the UK and other jurisdictions obviously look differently at making decisions in respect of the division of assets. So it is very important that the clients are aware of how the courts would look at their circumstances in a particular case before the decision is made as to where to proceed. I think there are always also differences in terms of ways to protect family assets, and in the UK we would deal with it by way of nuptial agreements. So prior to entering into the marriage or post marriage, we would discuss the terms of agreements and division in case of a breakdown of the relationship. In Italy, I believe this is something that it's possible to discuss and quite successfully protect before the marriage.
Yes, in Italy, prenuptial and postnuptial agreements are not so common because the law provides the choice for the spouses to actually decide how the assets will be divided or will be considered further to marriage. So you can have comunione dei beni, which means that all assets purchased after marriage will basically be jointly owned, whereas if you go for separazione dei beni, the assets will remain in the sole name of the person that's actually acquiring that assets. So that gives you some sort of protection.
I believe whether we are considering issuing proceedings or resolving the matters relating to the breakdown of the relationship in the UK or in Italy, we need to first explore all the options relating to alternative methods of dispute resolution. It's hugely important for the families, quite often with children that are going to be bringing the family together for years to come, despite the breakdown of the relationship. And also when we're looking at the proceedings in courts, they are in both jurisdictions lengthy, costly. So we're trying to avoid those at all costs, if at all possible, and engage in mediations, negotiations. We're trying to advise clients of any steps possible to take to avoid court proceedings whenever possible. Obviously, that is not going to work if one of the parties is not willing to resolve any issues amicably. We do have to look into starting court proceedings, and that is going to be the way forward. But obviously, whenever possible, we're trying to make sure that we approach cases trying to look for best solutions for the families.
It is extremely important that all clients, when facing any difficulties with their marriage, whether they're thinking about divorce, whether they're starting the divorce, that they have appropriate advice, especially when there's different jurisdictions involved, because issuing in the jurisdiction that is not appropriate for their case could mean double proceedings in two jurisdictions. It could be involving more costs and more litigation, and in the end not really resolving matters in the best way possible. It could be that one jurisdiction is favourable to the client rather than the other one. So it is essential that early advice is sought.
Yes, definitely we can advise on those matters, and we work with experts in other jurisdictions if necessary, trying to provide joint conferences to advise clients as best as possible in cases where their assets are located in multiple jurisdictions as well. So please remember to contact a solicitor, lawyer, to make sure that advice is obtained before commencing any proceedings.